Well, hello everybody. It's me again. Boy, things are sure fucked up now, aren't they, huh? I was just getting ready to come on and I saw some article on YouTube about Musk is making cuts to Social Security. I'd like to make cuts to his balls, personally. I have to find out what that's all about. Maybe I'll talk to you about it later. I'll tell you one thing that this is about as true as a statement as I can possibly make about anything. You cannot trust one word that comes out of a mega's mouth right now. For that matter, you shouldn't trust any politician. The Democrats are gone. They're just a joke. They're not coming back. Sorry. You know, going to need an independent party or somebody with balls to run. And who knows, they might be running for king the way things are going. Um, Trump and Musk are just they're doing the same thing that the Republicans did in first term of the Trump thing. They want to tear everything down, but they're not replacing it with anything. They're not saying, well, this is how we're going to do things. So what you have is mass confusion, people running to court. They're told they get their jobs back. They show up. They're still not being allowed in. Trump is lying to them about them being able to get their jobs back. I don't know what's going to happen. I've heard stories that Trump is doing all this crazy crap because he wants to see civil unrest. When he sees civil unrest, he's going to turn around and declare martial law. The moment he declares martial law, he will cancel the 2026 midterm elections. At the same time, he will order all Democrats removed from Congress and the Senate. This is a rumor. I'm sure he can declare martial law. That's probably within his purview. I don't know whether he can cancel an election, but I'm sure that he'll figure out a way of doing it. It's going to come down to violence. It's going to come down to how many troops Trump can put someplace that are actually going to shoot Americans for protesting his policies. The other thing is, how long are the American public going to? Is the American public, not the politicians, the everyday people, going to put up with Elon Musk running their government for them and telling them they don't deserve their jobs and that they don't deserve Social Security that they paid into it for like 60 years? I'm pissed. To say the least. I have a wife that doesn't understand money, so that doesn't help me any. I'm trying to save, she spends it. So I don't care. I run out of money when I cancel a life insurance policy, cash out my life insurance policy, and use that money to live on someplace. You know, it's amazing. I mean, this kind of crap is going on, and I've never seen opposition. Though I shouldn't say I've never seen the lack of opposition that I'm seeing right now. You know, Trump is ordering protesters at Trump Tower arrested. Well, so what, man? Protesters get arrested all the time. You know. That's part of the deal when you protest. You stand a 99% chance of getting arrested. It's part of the deal. If you're doing your job right, if you're actually protesting, it's part of the deal. So I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if you guys know what that's all about, but trying to adjust my camera a little bit. There we go. Um, I have resigned myself to the fact that I'm not a Democrat anymore. I'm not a Republican. I'm strictly an independent. I tried to do that most of my life, but I've sided with the Democrats. I can't side with these idiots now. Schumer just said he's going to vote with the Republicans on this spending bill. He's got no balls. You know, I look at it and my feelings are, what's the worst that Trump can do to you? All right. If you're a federal employee, you lose your job. Okay, I can live with that if I'm a federal employee. Uh, what's the if you're just an ordinary run of the mill citizen, um, what can he do to you? Well, you can go to jail, but if you're just protesting, it's usually an overnight thing with a court appearance. I'm sure he'll stop that, but that he'll try to do incarceration, immediate incarceration, and what have you. He's going to pull out. We're talking in the beginning about this martial law thing. He's pulling out this war era program that allows him to deport people faster, to arrest and deport people faster. There's going to be a lot of innocent people taken up in that. You know, I've told my family who have passports and who do have spent time in the United States in the past not to go there right now. That's like, the England is telling their people to stay out of Northern California, Colombia, because of crime. Dude, you don't go near the Venezuelan border unless you're looking for something that you shouldn't be looking for. Okay, there's nothing in that country anybody wants to see. If you do, you fly into Caracas or something like that, and you stay in the city. The American passport right now is like a bullseye on your back. You have to be very careful, especially down in Latin America. Oh man, you have. He's threatening 200% tariffs on liquor coming into the country. Do you know who the best smugglers in the world were? Bootleggers. Guys bringing booze down from Canada and from bringing wines in from France and everything else. You want to make other countries money? That's one way of doing it. But again, Trump's not smart. And the sad thing is, you can be not smart, a genius, but you can bring in people around you, and people have always said he'd do that. You know, they said that about him the first time. Well, he didn't do that the first time around either. They didn't. Smart people didn't last long because they questioned him and his ethics and his policies and his ability to do things. Now he's got a bunch of people in there that are not only inadequate to do the job, they kiss his ass every chance they get. When you have a vice president that's something like almost a little less than a year before he became a candidate for vice president or what have you, said that Trump reminded him of Hitler. And then all of a sudden now he's kissing his ass and he's playing the part of Himmler. Well, actually, I think Himmler belongs to Musk, I think. There's a guy that's I finally figured out why he's so pissed off. He loved our apartheid, the white government in South Africa, and he believed that the United States had a lot to do with the removal of that government. And he's been pissed for years. He wants to bring it back. He's going to try to bring it back here. I think this time though that somebody will get hurt really bad. You know, if he does that, I think he's a target right now. So not so much as I don't think Trump's that much of a target because Trump it's him, but it's also the people around him, and you need to get rid of. If you want to save the country, you got to get rid of the people around Trump. By the time people feel like when Hitler's cabinet or whatever he called it at the time, and they were trying to assassinate him with a bomb, and it didn't work. By the time the American this cabinet gets around to thinking that, there won't be anything left to destroy. He's going to be 83, something like that, when he comes out of when the next election rolls around. I don't think he'll be able to talk. I'm having trouble, and I'm 79, and I'm still closer to 79 than I am 80, but we'll see what happens. I see what my brain, I know I can barely walk. That's becoming a real problem, which means I don't have long to live. So, I'm not going to get excited about anything really. The way I look at it, I came in at the end of one war, and I'm going out at the beginning of another. This one's going to be a civil war. It's almost inevitable that we have some sort of violent revolution or whatever to try and straighten this government out. That trying to talk to these people like Trump and whatnot is ridiculous, because he'll say one thing and do 7 different other things. I mean, look what he's doing with tariffs. Tariffs today, no tariffs tomorrow. Oh, I made a deal. They kissed my ass. And every time that he does that, and he says, "Oh, they kissed my ass. Isn't that wonderful? Yay!" One of these countries is going to say, "Screw you. Go ahead. Do whatever you want. Fuck it. We ain't doing nothing. We ain't signing no bills. We're not giving you nothing." And Trump can't take that. This country cannot sustain itself without the help of other countries. That's like my mom told me when I was growing up. He said, segregation was going on, which is what they're trying to do now. Some schools are actually bringing it back. Some cities and counties are already bringing back segregation. But here's how that works. When the time comes for push comes to shove, we need each other. We can't do it on our own. They can't do it on their own. So you have to deal with each other, and if you don't deal with each other, then you're just not going to have what you're looking for. This peaceful the way things were. I don't think everything should go back to exactly the way it was. I do think that but in order to build the economy up, there's a bloat of employment, in a lot of companies, and they do that because it gives people money to spend. If they don't do that, then if they go, what are you going to do when AI does everything in the next 10 years or something like that? And it's cheaper to have somebody. They already say, they're going to have. I'm petting my dog Lucy right now. She came in to say hello to me. Hi, baby. What's the matter? Is it thundering? Huh? Go lay down over there. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Yeah. So, I forgot what I was saying, of course. She distracts me. I lose all train of thought. I think that if we stopped right now, just the programs that have been affected and everything right now, and the crap that's going on now, it would take almost a year or better to get things back in shape. Probably be more longer than a year, because you don't want to bring everything back. You don't want to do this. You don't want to glut. But the glut makes the economy better, because you create people working, and people working have money. Now you've got you're trying to add 100 or 200,000 people to the unemployment rolls. These people aren't going to go out and find a job tomorrow. Being key punch operators and stuff like that, data sorters, is not a job that is just there. You know, Elon doesn't care. Elon's never worked a day in his life. I don't care what he tells you. The same as Donald. Donald's never worked a day in his life. I don't think Donald's ever been inside a school either, to tell you the truth. They were talking about him in his Tesla. He can't drive. And I'm going to say, I don't think he knows how, really. But I don't think he can drive, especially as a president. I don't think they let presidents drive. I don't know. I think they always have to take limos and what. Now you just saw Lucy in the background there. Sweet little Lucy. She had German Pinscher. Beautiful dog. Everybody says she's gorgeous. I mean, she's my dog. That's all I could tell you. I don't know what's going to happen to her when I'm not around. I'm trying to make arrangements for everybody. I mean, it's just not working out the way I want it. Got the people I thought I could depend on, I can't depend on. That's like politicians you thought you could depend on. You can't depend on them. What you're learning when you see the Democrats doing what they're doing, folding up under pressure, and you're saying, well, they're saying, well, actually, it's a good idea. No, they don't know what else to do. Okay, they don't have a lot of job skills. There's not going to be a lot of legal positions left by the time he gets done, if any at all. Um, and unless you want to be an underground soldier or a dissident, that's what I'm. Some people call me that. I don't know. I'm just not happy. That's all. I lived my life. I didn't break any laws. I was pretty honest. I was pretty nice to people and whatnot. And now I'm getting screwed. And it's just time for karma to kick in, and I don't see where I have a lot of bad karma coming my way, but I know a few people that do, you know. Well, I'm coming up on, I just hit a half hour on this. Boy, that went fast. I like to do an hour, but I don't know whether I can talk that much with that and stay awake at the same time, because I bore myself sometimes. And once again, there's nobody here, so they watch it afterwards. I'm going to start doing live videos during the day in the mornings. I think my usual morning thing, just to give me something to do besides eating. All right. Listen, I'm going to call it quits because I'm not comfortable sitting right now. My back is bothering me, and uh, my legs are bothering me, and my brain is bothering me, and I've got to do some research on these articles that I said I saw. So why don't you all? Oh, wait a minute. No, that's only 19 minutes. I'm not going anywhere yet. Yeah, I looked at that. I thought that was the time. Wow, am I stupid? It's minutes and seconds. So let's continue on. Um, you know, you talk all about the politicians and the Republicans, and you don't see a Democrat doing anything. Not even the rebels like AOC or, Kamala's going to run for governor of, what is it, California? Yeah. And you don't think Trump's going to bury California because of her? Please. And so one thing they shouldn't do is elect her governor of California. Then she'll probably get it. You know, I feel bad for people. I can't get a hold of the Social Security offices. They call it the Federal Bureau or something. Anyhow, which is what the foreigners we have to use when we're outside the United States. But they came here and they were here this week. They were here for 4 days. They said they're going to be here every 3 months until they get fired, I guess. Um, I, you know, I don't know what to do. Now let's see. Let's see. Let's go back to Trump. Trump is still going after Greenland. Yeah, I understand the strategic importance of Greenland, but I don't know why he wants it. He still wants to build luxury resorts and everything and convert Gaza into a Las Vegas situation because I guess he needs to launder money or something like that. Um, he's still got problems with this. People are protesting at his golf courses. Tesla, nobody wants to own. Nobody wanted to own a Tesla before. Now they have a good reason not to own a Tesla. That's for Musk. Um, what else is going on that we can discuss? Sorry, I'm just a little. I get confused when I start thinking about politics and stuff like that because it's difficult to talk about something when by the time I'm off the air, it's changed. You know, and that's the truth because you have somebody that doesn't know the truth, doesn't know how to speak the truth. You got another moron that he doesn't like to talk about anything, but he just goes and does stupid shit because he thinks he's smarter than everybody else, and he knows more about everything than the rest of us do. And I'm not going to say that he probably knows more about Teslas than I do, electric cars and stuff, and space rockets. Although I haven't blown up 8 model rockets yet, so I think I'm still ahead of the game there with him. Uh, I don't hear much about the rescue mission that was supposed to take place. I don't know that couldn't have been one of the ships that blew up because I thought that was supposed to go with a crew, and none of the ships that left that blew up lately, the last 2 ships were with the crew. So I don't know when they're supposed to take off and go to rescue the astronauts. Uh, they're already studying ways to bring that space station down safely, to destroy it. That's what I don't know. They what 50 years or something like that. They went to the moon, and they're just getting back now. What the hell they go for in the first place? You know. I mean, supposedly a handful of rocks was worth millions of dollars. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not going to the moon. I know that. I'd like to send Musk to Mars. They said it's what a 3 week trip or something. I don't know how long it is. I like to send him with like about 3 days worth of food, water, and air, and then have his broadcast the trip live and watch him as he goes crazy. You know. Yeah, that's about right. There's so many things I'd like to say, but I don't want to get in too much trouble because this is my only means of communication, really, with my friends and whatnot in the United States. So if I lose my internet or something like that, I got a big problem, and I don't want that to happen. But in the same token, I don't want to sit here and say nothing and do nothing. Um, I like playing with the computer. I just I had a lot Windows. I got rid of my last Windows computer. I don't have any more Windows anymore. That's just that stuff is that they have so many problems. You know, it's really a shame. That was a really. I started out with Windows DOS, and I did it. Where you going? I did DOS, and I did all the other variations of it up to Windows 7. And when they did away with that, I went to, I didn't like Windows 10 and what they were doing there, and I didn't like the future of what I saw there. Very insecure platform. You know, they tell you it's not. Just, if you're sitting in your house, you know, unless you do a lot of encryption work, there's not much saying to you that this is safe, you know. Well, I guess I can say goodbye now. I got 4 minutes left. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do with my life right now. You know, I gotta. I hope. I don't know. They said that I was uh, certain things that I did on Facebook were being blocked. I couldn't make live chats. I couldn't sell anything. I forgot what the third one was. I don't know whether that's true now or not. I got to find out. I got a bunch of stuff I got to sell. I did 4 pieces of artwork, what I call artwork. It's wood burning. Pyrography is the term. And to me, they look halfway decent. Um, I sell this stuff dirt cheap. But what's dirt cheap in America is considered somewhat a little expensive down here for what I do, you know. So this has been an exercise in wandering conversation, hasn't it? You know, what did we start out with? Trump's martial law. I read that someplace on the internet. I forgot where it was. I forgot who said it or sent it to me or whatnot about the martial law thing. That's a big deal. I didn't realize that he was trying to do that. You know, but it makes sense. You know that he would do something like that because that's just the way he is. He wants total control, um, and by the way the Democrats are reacting to this situation, I think democracy is dead. I really do. I think it's all over, but you know, throwing the sand in. But we'll wait and see. Have to wait and see. Anyhow, we've had some fairly. We're supposed to see the eclipse tonight, but we had some severe thunderstorms move through instead, so we didn't get to see it. So, but that seems to happen every time some celestial event happens. We get storms, and this part of the country, and the storm down here is very funny. You can get 2 inches of rain in a half hour, flood every street in Medellin, and at the bottom of I live on top of a mountain, so I don't get flooded, but I get uh, disruptions in cable TV and some other stuff. But the next day, you know, at 11 o'clock the next morning, if it stops at 11 o'clock at night, you go out at 11 o'clock the next morning, everything's bone dry. The ground is bone dry. It just drains out of wherever it's draining out of. All right, that's it. I've bullshitted enough, you know. You people take care of yourselves. I will talk to you. I don't know, maybe tomorrow morning. I think I might do that. You know, I don't know what's going on with my life. I haven't had my doctor's appointments are starting up again, so that's like days of bullshit sitting around for an hour and a half. I hate doctors. All right, that's it. You guys have a great day, great night, and maybe we'll see you tomorrow morning. Do, 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 do.